Hello everybody. This is an overview of the most important astrological transits for August 2019. I hope the video will be inspiring. I will be very glad if my videos you understand as an inspiration and you don't take them as a prediction of something that will certainly happen, because such predictions are basically not possible. We can predict a little bit more precise if we have personal consultations. But really, those predictions are also only partly true, because really everything depends on you, on which level of consciousness you are, and it depends on how conscious you are of your not only personality but your life potentials. So in this video, I will first mention the most important transits. Then I will say something in general about August. Then I will speak about important dates that will be some sort of our astrological calendar. And finally, I will briefly say which area of life will be the most flattering to every zodiac sign individually during this month. Under this video, I will put the timestamps so you can skip to that part of the video that you are interested in. So lunar activity. The first new moon is on the 1st of August in Leo sign. And the second new moon is on the 30th day of August in Virgo sign. So we have two new moons. This is a very special thing that is happening in August. And indeed, this month is somehow divided in two parts. There are different energies. I will explain that later. Full moon is on the 15th in Aquarius. Then important transits. Full moon is 14, 15, depend on the part of the world where you are. Important transits are those. Sun is in Leo until the 23rd of August, then it is in Virgo. Venus trines Chiron on the 1st of August. Sun trines Jupiter on the 7th of August. Venus trines Jupiter at the 8th of August. And Jupiter is direct from the 11th of August. So these are very, very good transits. The same day when Jupiter is direct, so that's the 18th of August, Uranus is retrograde. Uranus will be retrograde from the 11th of August until the 11th of somehow middle of January 2020. And then I will also mention here that between the 18th and 29th of August, all personal planets, so Venus, Sun, Mercury, and Mercury will move, so not all, but mainly, will move from Leo to Virgo sign. That is this shift of energy. So August is the warmest month in the northern hemisphere, when the sun is in its full strength. And since the sun symbolizes consciousness, life itself, and the male principle in us, then it means that we are in August the most conscious, the most vital, and the most active. This is a very good time to drink, so to say, the energy of the sun and to preserve it for the next part of the year, for the rest of the year. This is, of course, much better than to drink chemical or medicines or any other tablets. Sun has regenerative power. For the awakening of the inner sun, I highly recommend the exercises known as Suriya Namaskar, or greeting of the sun, and the image of the whole set of exercises is on my website, Symbolic Thinking. So you can print this image if you want and then exercise every day during the year. I recommend that you look at my videos about astrological sun and moon, especially about the sun. The name of the video is Sun, Your Greatest Life Potential. It is actually good to compare sun and moon energy. This is male and female principle in us. So you can also watch the video Moon in the horoscope or Woman in Us. So that's how you will know how those two principles function in you, how you deal with those principles, how strong is, for example, your sun, and which benefits you have from the position of the sun in your horoscope. You can also order personal consultancy with me, and we can talk about your life potential that is marked mainly by the position of the sun in your horoscope. I offer also other types of consultancy, and all of the consultancy or my videos that I mentioned during this video will be under this video on YouTube. You will find links there. So the sun is divine principle and divine love in us. It is just life itself. It is something that robots, computers, or phones do not have. Unfortunately, people often remember the value of their life when some unfortunate times come, when some troubles come. For me, Chinese people are interesting in their relationship to life. They have special technique called Yangsheng. In translation into English, it is nurturing life, nurturing of life. And this technique contains exercises, deals with nutrition, teaches people to move constantly and to other things that will help them to preserve life in themselves. So all of those things they do were very instructive and very useful for all of us if we want to learn and if we want to remember each day in the year that God or universe, as you wish, gave us something that is very special, and this is our life. So therefore, August reminds us that life is a great gift and it should be nurtured. So August this year is especially bright because the planets in Leo trine Jupiter in Sagittarius. That means the element of fire is very strong. And when that is the case, everything makes sense and wakes up the joy of living in us. So let's have a look at our astro-calendar. The beginning of the month is interesting and sounds like a love game. On the 1st and the 2nd, Venus provokes, and on the 3rd and 4th, Mars answers to this provocation. So the planets of attraction, the lovers of the zodiac, Mars and Venus, show that it's time for love relationship to be shaky a little bit. I do not, though, recommend to you to overdo it. A little challenge is enough, because August is actually, even though essentially very positive, it is also very unstable, and there is constant play between warm and cold energies. So more serious change regarding love and love relationships of individuals can come only at the end of the month. But of course, everything depends on your personal life. Here I speak in general according to astrological transits. Venus and Sun are together in Leo until the August 22nd, which is fantastic. Mars follows them until the August 18th, which is totally fantastic thing. So from the 12th, actually, from the 12th to 29th, Mercury is also in Leo. So all personal planets will be in one sign. And for everybody, there will be a piece of glory, let's say, or a glamour this month. Every of us will feel that it's special and unique, at least in some period of the month of August. Later, at the end of the video, when I will be speaking about each zodiac sign, I will actually stress this area of life for each zodiac sign where Leo is and those planets in Leo. So on August the 7th and the 8th, Sun and Venus trine Jupiter. That is a very lucky combination. The first 20 days in August are those happiest days in the year, actually, when person feels inner satisfaction and when everybody feels, at least in some of those days, some sort of fulfillment. However, both Sun and Venus, after this aspecting of Jupiter, aspect Saturn also. So Saturn also always brings the reality into focus, saying that we have to do some things, that life is not just easy, it's also hard, and so on. But try not to think in August about those hard things in life. Try to enjoy those uplifting energies. There are plenty of them. Then on the 15th, Sun and Venus conjunct in Leo. This is the day of the full moon. And they bring love, they bring money, they bring attractiveness, and allow us to satisfy our material needs and be noble at the same time, which is not always allowed. So this is very special that we can be both. So this combination can be special especially for people who have planets in Leo, Libra, and Taurus. This combination is also great for all of us who work with people, especially for leaders, those who lead or inspire others, and perfect for people who deal with arts. On the 11th of August until the 11th of January, I said Uranus is retrograde. So Uranus did what he could do during this transit that he had in the sign of Taurus. And now it's time to rethink. So in this area of life where we have Taurus, or all of the people who have planets in Taurus are going back, few steps back, to think what they did or to make plans about the decisions that they made or about that they are inspired to do, okay? So many people will actually have some sort of analysis what they went through last 5 months, unconsciously. They will not be really conscious, but there is going to happen. Many things will happen inside of them until January. And after that will be new boom and new beginning for many, especially those who have planets at the first degrees of Taurus. Many of us spend a lot of money with Uranus in Taurus suddenly. It doesn't matter even if we have planets in Taurus or not. Many people started something new at their jobs, so professionally they feel different. Also, it doesn't matter having or not having planets in Taurus. And those who did not do that, who did not have things happening in these areas of life, they will have next year. They will deal with money, with job, with investments. All of us have this as a topic in a way with these transits, but just it's more intense for those who have planets in Taurus. I have 3 videos about Uranus in Taurus that you may maybe want to watch if you want to think and to plan changes with this transit. On the other side, Jupiter is direct from the same 11th day, from the same day, 11th of August. And it will be direct in Sagittarius until the 2nd of December, when Jupiter actually ends his journey through the sign of Sagittarius. We know that he can be in this sign once in 12 years. So this is the best period of this transit, the end of its transit. So all of you who have planets in Sagittarius, if you expected things to happen, I hope innerly, then many things not happen still now, perhaps, and now that will be. Now you will feel that you are different in that area of life where you have planets in Sagittarius. Especially people who have planets from the 14th degree of Sagittarius on, they are ready for new challenges now with this move of Jupiter. But I remind you something that is important. Jupiter is not the planet of physical manifestation. That's Saturn. So Jupiter does not bring homes, cars, jobs, and different things. Jupiter is not interested in this at all. Jupiter is doing something completely else. He shows that our existence makes sense. He helps us to find the meaning of life, if you want. It gives wisdom to us and leads us to higher spiritual knowledge. And only when we develop this feeling or develop this spiritual life, when we start trusting in life, then things are happening and manifesting in this physical reality. That's how Jupiter works. So I repeat in this video as in other videos that if you don't know your horoscope and you don't know in which area of your life you have Sagittarius, you can easily calculate your horoscope by using first free lesson of my course of astrology. The entire course is in offer on my website symbolicthinking.net. So you can calculate your horoscope and you will know that there is at least one area of your life from now on in this second part of this year that can bring positive changes if you have positive visions, of course. On August 16th, Mercury makes square to planet Uranus, which can result in some sudden changes in plans or change in the direction of moving. This can influence travelers, or it can break also some agreements. And if that happens, then on the 21st of August will be, you will all have opportunity when Mercury trines Jupiter, so you will all have opportunity to resolve disagreements, to make new plans, new agreements, new plans for traveling, change some deals that you had. If you were buying things when Mercury made a square to Uranus and you were disappointed, now you can understand why you needed this appointment and you will understand it better, for example. Things like that can happen with those aspects of Mercury. The 21st of August can be a very successful day for Gemini and Virgo people, especially if they're dealing with people, with traveling, doing things with communication, buying or selling, and things like that. There is a big difference between the first 20 days and last 10 days in August. The first part is very warm, inspirative, playful, and the second part is calm, stable, with great potential for cleansing and purifying of the body and soul. 2 new moons that are happening in August also speak about this duality that August has. Okay, and now let's see shortly which part of your life, for each zodiac sign, which part of life is under the influence of planets in Leo. So let's see which is the best part of your life now in August. Aries. Aries have fantastic periods for love adventures, socializing with others, playing with children if they have kids, or working with children. Some people have camps for children and so on in August, or exploring ideas, new ideas, presenting new ideas to others, or it's also very good for investments. Everything depends with which type of Aries you are. What are you dealing with? Planets in Leo sign bring to Aries people harmonious aspects. They have many harmonious aspects. They have harmonious aspects from Jupiter also, that is in Sagittarius. So their heart is completely happy this month, whatever they do. Taurus. Taurus people move slow, and now Uranus is slower also. Many of them did not like the speed of Uranus in their sign, even if it was good for some professional area of life for many of them, especially for those who have planets at the beginning of Taurus. But still, many need to think what they have achieved and what they are going to change in their lives next year and in the years to come. August is especially good for them if they want to stay with the family, if they want to be engaged in any family matters or house matters, if they're dealing with real estate and things like that. That's a good period for Taurus people. Also very good for preparing good food and enjoying food and wine and things like that. Gemini, if they're really real Geminis, then they of course like to communicate, they like to travel, they like to move constantly, they like sports and these kind of things. Well, in August this year, they have countless opportunities for all of that. Cancer, or we call them crab, so crab people feel that they can afford everything in August, everything what their hearts desire, and they feel somehow royal this month. Their value is growing, which is fantastic. That's why many of them will spend a lot of money, and that's fine. Don't worry about that. Why not? Sometimes in life. And this actually can be very good for business and for those crabs who are involved in finances or who want to invest some money. But if you invest in things that are quite stable enough. Leos. Leos are, of course, stars of the zodiac in August. They love themselves even more than usually. It is perfect time for them to deal with art, with hobbies, to invest money if they are investors, to be with other people, to make fun with other people. If they make fun, others will love it indeed. So whatever they do, they will be fine in August. It is a really excellent month for them. Virgos are preparing for new beginning after their birthday. Some of them have birthdays in August, some in September. August is good for recovering. It is also very good for learning or practicing even new spiritual techniques. I know many Virgos who are studying these different techniques of healing, modern techniques of healing. In today time we have different, we call them alternative techniques. I know many Virgos who does this. It is also a very useful period for Virgos if they need to learn to support themselves and to feel in a deep emotional level that they are secure and their life is nice. Also to support themselves inside. Libras. Libras have a lot of planets in the house of friends. They are stars among the others and then consciously strive to entertain and to cheer up as many people as possible. And people will like that. Many people will like it. So Libras are the same as Leo's stars also of the zodiac this month. So good luck, Libras. Libras also can give recognition, money, gifts, all help from others this month. That's a good thing. Scorpios. Scorpios, although it is a summer and many people have rest, Scorpios will have excellent aspects to achieve more in their career or to get support from bosses, from authorities, or perhaps from parents if they are younger Scorpios. So it's a good time to make one step towards future or to improve career in a way. Sagittarius. For Sagittarius, we said it's fantastic time with Jupiter, first of all, but also with all of those planets in Leo, they get support because Jupiter trines planets in Leo. So they can do whatever they love actually this month. They had actually, many Sagittarius people had hard time in the last years. So August this year is some sort of a gift when they can again be in. They can be where important things are happening. They can explore new spiritual schools if they're involved in that. Or they can achieve new goals in sport. It depends which type of Sagittarius they are. Or they can do anything that occupies them and that inspires them to go further, maybe to further places or to gain more knowledge or whatever. You know, for Sagittarius people, it is a fantastic time, especially good August and September this year. This is their time. But everything depends, I'm saying, on that which type of Sagittarius you are and what are you involved in. Capricorn. Capricorn people have many planets in the house of secrets and sexuality. This is the house of big money. This is the 8th house. So it's possible that they will have some erotic challenges, or maybe they will go through some psychological regeneration under the influence of their partner or partner's money. Or maybe many can solve some questions concerning borrowed money, if they were borrowing from somebody or something like that, or they were doing with insurances and these kind of things, can be some positive developments there. Aquarius people. Aquarius have a lot of opportunities for cooperation with others and have very good time to improve partnership life. Partnership like personal or business. Aquarius feel some sort of culmination in August, especially around the full moon in their sign. That will happen 14th, 15th of August, depends where they are, on which part of the globe. Actually, August is interesting for Aquarius people because they will feel that they achieved something. They will be satisfied. Even though they have quite hard period in 19 and 2020, and it's some sort of preparation for bigger things, August will remind them that they did a lot until now. Pisces. Those who deal with services or those who provide assistance to others can be very successful and can have very good time generally. Maybe more in their job or in free time also. They can improve work relations, can also be more involved in sports if they want, especially maybe water sports in the summertime. Maybe they can change diets. They can change their everyday rhythm in order to feel more comfortable and can enjoy more than usually. It's a good time for Pisces people to relax and enjoy. And that's all for now. That's all for August. If you wish to have personal consultations with me in astrological psychology and spiritual astrology, feel free to contact me. As you see, I do not deal much with classical astrology. I do mainly spiritual and psychological astrology. All contacts on my videos and all contacts on different types of consultations will be under this video. You can also order Thetahealing consultations with me. This is the sort of spiritual healing. This is new technique, but there are not many new things in this Thetahealing because people through Qigong or some Indian techniques of meditation do the same thing. Just we call it Thetahealing because it is there is a whole set of techniques that we learn through Thetahealing, but it's actually known everywhere in the world. And you can also contact me if you want to apply Feng Shui in your life. You know, people are interested in Feng Shui, but they don't understand it perhaps enough in Europe or in America as they do in Asia. Of course, this is their thing. But Feng Shui deals with energies of the environment. And if you're interested in astrology, and if you're working on your personal or spiritual growth, I highly recommend to you Feng Shui. Because it is very good to learn to understand that everything around us actually signifies one part of personality or one part of our life. That's Feng Shui, basically. Some readings I record and send in audio form. So if you want me to record something, check what do I offer. There is, for example, consultancy, a reading named What is the Meaning of My Existence that I do on the base of old Indian techniques. I also record the most important transits in the next 3 years or in one's life. As I mentioned, I also offer a course of astrology. The name is The Basics of Tropical Astrology Level 1. It is designed for beginners and those who want to perfect their basic knowledge of astrology. This is online learning, so you need only computer on your mobile phone, and it's interactive, so you touch the screen, answer questions, and go further. Check my demo video if you want to see how this course works. If you like this video, like it, please subscribe to my channel or share the video. Thank you many times in advance. Right here or at Facebook if you have any further questions. Until next time, I wish you to be aware every day in your life that your life is a great gift and to nurture it.